Here is where the revolution begins. The server ignites the rain on a gaming pitch. But the receiver, with special ability and strength, turns the game to a win-win. Let's change the game with our own Made in Naija. Don't inherit the ruins. Don't make Made in Naija inferior. Indeed, here is where the revolution begins. 'Cause to change our world, we have to change ourselves. Encourage Made in Naija product. Be the change you daily want. Believe in Naija. Pride in Naija. Rock product Naija. Rock product Naija.
Welcome to the program that helps you stay ahead of every conversation as it concerns Made in Naija products. Today on the program, we shall be discussing a very important topic. You know, on this program, we discuss one specific Made in Naija product, but on this program today, we shall be discussing Made in Naija attire. Of course, particularly Made in Naija Batik. My name is OAP Zikazukop, and of course, on the program Product Naija, I have someone right here you would love to see. So please don't go anywhere, stay put right there while I go show you through his works and, of course, his workspace. I'll be right back, don't go anywhere. You welcome back. I told you that when I come back, I would love to show you to someone that you would love to see. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got someone right here with me, the CEO, Afropride art, Mr. Jide Lawal, aka Jide Batik. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's a great pleasure to have you right here on the program today, sir.
Yes.
I must say you're looking very stunning with
Thank
your
you.
native attire.
We are used to this.
This batik too, yeah?
Yes, this is Batik.
But this is looking super different from the normal batik.
This one is called, the design is called mod design.
Mod
design.
What makes it different from the normal one?
And it's more masculine. I mean, it's different from the female. Most men prefer using the one that has a line design. So the line design, we call it the native name that has been called for so long. It's called mod design.
Mod design. Beautiful. Now let's just go straight up into the conversation. So, what do you really think about this societal stereotype of people thinking the normal way dressing should be done should be the way that has been accepted by reason of our Western colonization? So, you know, we're colonized by Westerners. Many people think, okay, because of civilization, people would want to dress normally with, you know, contemporary dressing, which has affected, I think, the use of native words. So how do you think this particular stereotype has affected the usage and acceptance of our own native attire, especially batik? You see, this same question I'm asking you right now. I've gone to the street and, of course, I've asked a lot of persons, and we have a lot of feedback. So I would like that to go see what the street has to say about the acceptance.
If you want to produce a batik, for example, now batik, you have to buy material, fabrics. Then after buying the fabrics, you have to buy chemicals, a lot of chemicals to do it. So, and it's actually kind of stressful. After doing all that, imagine me want to sell it 5 yards for 8,000 naira. You know, some people that do not know the worth and the quality of it, and they'll be like, why will I buy material of 8,000 naira when I can easily get 2 tops or 3 tops of imported goods for just probably 4,000 naira? Accepting it in Nigeria, especially at the accepting it in Nigeria has not really, but we thank God now this is actually getting better and a little bit better.
Okay, so that was the feedback we got. I'm sure many of these people, they have a lot of points from what they're saying. So what do you think exactly?
It has to do with the orientation. I believe that this thing has been wrong for so long. We don't really embrace our culture. And now embracing the culture has to do with the poverty, and looking at it, batik is more expensive. This is freehand designs. It's different from the Western designs, and most of these material that people use these days, they are more or less polyesters, and polyesters are cheaper to buy. And if you want to do batik, you have to use something that has to be 100% material, original material. Look at what I'm wearing now. It's called crepe chiffon. This crepe chiffon is more expensive. Buying 1 yard of this one is 2,000 naira per yard.
Oh, wow.
Do you understand? So some other material in the market, even you can get some other material that is lesser than 300 naira per yard. But what we are using is the quality material. Whatever you are using for production of batik has to be original, because that's where they can absorb color. You cannot use something that is not absorb color. First, that's the first instance. Secondly, the orientation. The reason why I said orientation was wrong is that it has been wrong. Also, no, there's no sensation like telling people why you can do this and that. And most of our parents doesn't even use it. Do you understand? So ideally, parents is using it, they see the value. We have some customers around, maybe in Lagos or Abuja, what have you. They know the value of batik. Anytime you wear some of this batik, you stand out. Don't be surprised. Even you'll be well respected. These Western clothes, they are everywhere. To be honest with you, can easily be accessed. And some people, even when you go to a bar, some other places, it's easy to sew. You can get the material as well. But it's a piece of art. It's very difficult to do. Before you can do it in 5 years, if you are doing a very simple design, you do it in a day. You just design it, not to talk of the painting and some other thing that is involved. But when it comes to batik, it takes a longer time for production. And it's only those people that are patronizing out there, like the expatriate those days. The expatriate, the Oyibo's. Those people, the airlines, the Lagosian big airline, they know so much about this thing. They want to wear artwork. First, you have to know what you are wearing. So people don't know the value of what they are wearing. So you can't just wear batik for the fun of it, because it's expensive. It's not what you can just see everywhere. And it's not for everyday canary, to be honest with you. It's only when you know how to do it, you can be able to use it. It will become cheaper when you know how to do it. That's why we have been trying people to come and learn this and that. But people don't want to do that. They always want the fast way of making money.
So what I hear you say is that, first off, for people to accept it, these people have to appreciate what they appreciate what they're wearing.
Yes.
They have to appreciate the acts and the process that goes into the production.
Not the process. Like I'm wearing it now. Most parents can be wearing this maybe once or twice in a day. Or like this Osun State government is trying to promote it now, which is very, very interesting. But Osun State government has really tried to promote it. They said every worker should be wearing it every Thursday or something. That it's now making it compulsory. These are the ways to promote things. Like if this government go now, some other government that is coming, they should try to inculcate this thing to them. We should always encourage our culture to be in a thing. Because if you don't promote our cultures, to be honest with you, it will be a thing of past. Because we have to encourage ourselves. Look at the governor, he always wear batik. Look at the wife, they always wear batik. And some other people they are trying to encourage us. The market is now booming. Fine, it's only those people that knows much about it that used to buy those days. But now everybody is now want to do it. They want to wear it. So it's now becoming a very things that people are now appreciating. Even some people you can see on the street, guys are wearing t-shirt of tie and die now. So people are now.
I was going to ask you what can be done to improve this, but you were already talking about it. So because I feel that many persons don't really use it because everybody wants to feel contemporary. Everybody wants to feel westernized. So we took the same question to street. We asked some persons what can be done to improve the usage and the acceptance of batik. First, we got a lot of feedback. I would like that to go see the feedback we got from the same question: what can be done to improve the usage of our native attire? Let's go see it.
Government should empower people, like more youths, so that we can have enough people making our products. If you have like over millions of people making adire, it will be very difficult for people to start going abroad and importing goods. And government should try and reduce the rate at which they import abroad wear. Government should try and reduce that by stopping some of the importation of not made in Nigeria wares. We'll have more of our home products. And again, government should please, at least, even if it is just once in a week, government should make sure that our people are wearing our own made in Nigerian products, but people are wearing adire batik.
So these are some of the feedback we got from that self-same question: what can we do to improve business? So what do you think? You said some before, so just help us understand totally what can be done to improve the usage.
Yes, most guys these days they prefer wearing shirts. And to be honest with you, some of this material we use, they are good for shirt as well. You understand? Because
normal shirts,
normal shirts, yes,
okay.
you know, even the material we use, you can't sweat. I mean, they are very good quality. Any material that has to absorb color must be a very good quality. Okay. What you are wearing is more of cashmere, which cannot absorb color, because it's different. Cashmere can be expensive, but they cannot absorb. Some of them cannot absorb dyes. But it has to be 100% cotton. So guys, mostly most guys wear jeans. They wear jeans and they wear top. Do you understand? And their top can go on batik. Top is not too expensive. It's easy to access. So top or shirt can be easily reproduced because we have. I know most times that I go for an exhibition, we usually wear top. Like what I'm wearing now, I may decide to wear top. I mean, we decide to wear top. And even some people are buying only pants. We have some stars that are wearing this. Even the Timaya and what have you, some other artists, they promote this. Even there's one of these Timayas that is signed, one of these artists. The new album that he just made. I can be, when I was watching it on the TV, I could remember that he wear the whole batik, and I'm impressed. Wow. So those are the way to improve some of the to patronize some of these people and also to promote our culture. So it's only few people that comes to see that, but if the government keeps doing it the way they are doing it, to be honest with you, people will know how to do it. Like me now, coming here today, I've had like 2 people that appreciate what I'm wearing. Even they say they want to buy from me. Do you understand? It's only those times that I used to go to Lagos that I used to wear batik. Because anytime I wear batik, even some of the Oyinbos, the expatriates, they want to buy it. Wow. Even the one I'm wearing, they believe what I'm wearing is the best.
It's the best, yeah.
Meanwhile, I usually wear the remnants. What they're not buying. So when I wear it, even by the time that I've made them, they want to buy it exactly the way it is. So it's a welcome idea. But you see, when you are poor, you are poor. The country is not rich, to be honest with you. I mean, people cannot think that direction. If the economy is interesting, people want to diversify. They want to appreciate their culture.
Yeah, they want to try new things.
The country is not interesting. So thinking towards that side is difficult. It's only those people that are being accepted, the rich people. So they want to see it, they will think out of box. They want to buy this, they want to see it in a different way. But we don't see it because the orientation I had is not the orientation you have. I agree. It is when I'm into art that I see some interesting things in art, some things that are very interesting in our culture. But the Igbo people, the white people, the rich people, some of them, not all of them, because being rich doesn't mean that you are. You know what you're doing.
Lots of finance, yeah.
Do you understand? They now see the importance of it. And I have some customers, the moment they start wearing this, they don't wear anything again. I have lots of customers that they told me that they have very expensive lace. They have some very expensive material. They don't wear, anytime they wear some of this, they stand out, which is very interesting. So, like someone like us, we've been in this business for so long. That is why it has been, even when it was not really appreciated. Do you understand? Very few people that patronize it, but now it's not paying back. So, it's the welcome. The only way we can be able to promote this thing that people can wear now, just are wearing it. Yeah. I can tell you, even the Nike. I could remember some of these programs I watch these days. Even when I used to watch the long tennis, all these guys, t-shirts, jersey they wear. To be honest, they are not doing on time that. They are exploiting us. Do you understand? These are the things that we are supposed to be selling to them. Yeah. Now they are taking it over. They are taking it away from us. Nike, most of the jersey Nike produced 2020 and 2021, they all like time that. If you look at the concept, even the Adidas, some of the one that the so-called, some of these, I don't want to be mentioning names, some of these major athletes, they are wearing some of these things. They are taking it from us. It's our thing, but they know the value. So that is the difference.
So why do you, so what I hear you say is right is that it's not as though Nigerians don't really appreciate it, but just that the society basically is not really settled for people to start thinking that particular direction. Yes. But we also understand that some persons actually like variety. So basically, truthfully, there are some persons, young people that won't want to every day, imbibe using at the real time as a normal dressing. So I want to ask how we can, include creativity into the process of putting our native attire, putting batik. For example, I understand, like you did say, that some people are now beginning to mix it. So how do you think infusing creativity, instead of doing the normal, regular pattern, maybe putting leaves, putting some boring stuff, so how do you think imputing creativity or contemporary art into the process can encourage people and improve the usage of batik in this day and age?
We have a long way to go, to be honest with you, because improvement of all this, they don't see it as values. The values, what I'm looking at is that the country as a whole, the youth carry like 70%.
agree.
And if 70% of the youth can be able to go for some of these things, there will be a lot of patronage, to be honest with you. And when it comes to this, our side textile Batik, we do only freehand designs here. You don't do mass production.
Yes, true.
The mass production is being done in other parts of the country that I don't want to mention. But in Osogbo, the reason why Osogbo is booming now is that it's a creative design. We don't use any method of mass production. We use direct design. We use our hand to do all this thing. That is why it's not selling. Anything that is mass produced, if you are someone that if you are someone that wants to stand out, you always want something that is different.
Yes, true.
Even this Batik, if you keep doing something, if you keep repeating the same design, you won't sell.
Of course.
So the only way we can be able to encourage our youth to be buying some of this, to be using some of these things for them to know how to do it.
Oh, wow.
At least to some extent, not everyone will do it, to be honest with you. But few of them that knows how to do it, they can have new ideas. They can bring, like now, if I have a design that I'm doing now, especially some of these are artists. Most artists doesn't want to do. I myself, I used to do painting. I used to do pen and ink on canvas. I started painting. But at long run, when I used to go to Lagos, I discovered that if I go to Lagos with my paintings, some of the top that I used to take to Lagos, they will buy more of these things. It's only when I have the exhibition that I start painting. And when your name has been well known, that is when you sell painting more. To be honest with you, they know your name. They want to buy the painting because they want it has value. Some of the likes of the Jimmy Bramo, Yannick, Baba Jimmy Bramo, Yannick, some of those they made their name. Some other more I know some of those they have names. So in the process of having names, when they take their things, the people request for their product. Because the moment you buy their product, even when you keep it out, you want to resell it, a lot of money. It's like two of the money. But you don't have name, you have to stop. So that's why I stopped doing painting. I used to work with painting those days and the pen. But now I'm into textile because anytime I take my t-shirt to Lagos, I sell more. Before I would sell one painting, I would have sold like lots of 10 or 20 pieces of materials. So that was why I dropped some of this. Some of the idea that I have those days, and now incorporate it in my Batik. That's why I can be able to have an edge in what I'm doing. So
what I hear you basically say right now is that the young generation, because they are very creative, they are the ones to at least learn the art of making Batik and include this particular knowledge in their creativity so other people can accept it and of course appreciate it. Thank you so very much, sir. We're going on a break right now. When we come back from this particular break, we shall continue on this very conversation. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
I support the movement.
I support the movement.
Patronize Made in Naija.
Rock Made in Naija.
Rock Products Naija.
You're welcome back. I'm still right here with the CEO Afropride Hats. We understand that a lot of countries apart from Nigeria they produce Batik, and of course the production process from one country to another is totally different. So, and many Nigerians would just be by reason of the flair or for the fact that the brag of I'm using a foreign product want to go patronize Batik from other countries. So I want to ask, what would the patronizing of Nigeria products do for producers, for businesses in Nigeria, and of course for the economy? Where do you see that patronage going? What do you think would happen to the economy if people continue to patronize made in Nigeria products, especially Batik and of course our native attire?
First of all, it will improve our GDP and it will help us to some extent. Because some of these products, we always patronize foreign products.
True.
In the process of patronizing our homemade products, to be honest with you, it will really help the GDP. Apart from that, and the insecurity has really take us backward.
True.
Like now, some of those people that patronize the hats, especially, they are foreigners. They are foreigners that saw it, that this is what is unique, that they want to come around to patronize us.
True.
Because this insecurity has really, it has really affected this industry, to be honest with you. Because some of these people, they don't want to risk their life, they don't want to come to the country, they are afraid of so many things. So now, especially art has been really, really affected.
So the money that's supposed to come from tourism and Western appreciation of the content that's
they
probably
now go
been
to
blocked.
other African countries. They don't have crisis. Nigeria is in crisis, to be honest with you.
I agree.
There's a lot of way to improve some of these things. And before these people can be convinced, we take a longer way to go. Because nobody wants to risk his life. Even the we that were citizens, we are afraid, talk less of the foreigners. And the first people these people really want to engage in is the foreigners.
Sure.
So the only way we can promote this is just to, this insecurity should be shut down. If it's being shut down, people can be free. You know, like those days, like now we are getting towards the Osho festival. To be honest with you, in those days when we are growing up, by now, you will see white people around everywhere. They will be around, they will be very happy with you, even on the street. It's something that is not, I mean, it's very, very common. People don't see that. And if you see Oyibo now, you'll be very surprised. But before, we don't see that. People want to, I mean, they are used to see Oyibo, but nobody wants to risk their life. Even the so-called Nigerians that are saying abroad, they don't want to come home. So the only way we can promote some of these things is by, I mean, increasing our security.
So what I hear you say basically now is patronizing made in Naija products to a very large extent, it will fix the issue of the GDP of the country.
No doubt about it. The youth will be
well employed, well engaged.
Yes, they will well engaged. So the youth, I mean, most youths, when they are making money, we all need money. When they are making money from a particular thing and discover that people are coming in for them, because individually, when Nigerians are patronizing these things, fine. The so-called foreigners are patronizing more because they want to pay more. Because exchange rates will be, I mean, there will be more value for exchange rates. But when it comes to individual, you can only do it when it's too expensive than the Western material. They can't be able to patronize it. They won't be able to afford it. But when it's more, I mean, of the same price, like now, some of this material they are more expensive. I could remember then when we used to buy some of this chiffon, we used to buy it for like 300 naira per yard. But now we are not buying it like 2,000 naira per yard. Wow. The difference is just not to talk of the diet. So things are getting more expensive. Very few people can patronize it. Do you understand? Because any material that has to absorb color must be 100% cotton or 100% pure material. Even if you are used silk, it has to be 100% pure silk. Those are the material that can absorb color. But when you are now want to promote the economy, I mean, the promoting of the economy has to do with the availability of some of these materials. Because when the youth can be able to access some of this material, they can be able to use it for their individual. Like now in my children's school, they used to have some of this workshop. They will teach them to do tie and dye. They will teach them how to do batiks. They've been to my workshop several times, and some other schools that used to come around. But some of these things, the only way we can be able to, you have to always tell some of our children, because they won't see value in it. Like I'm wearing it now. My children have started wearing it. Every Friday they wear it to their school, so they will stand out. So
I was going to say it. You know, sometimes, not even sometimes, almost every Nigerian, when we're growing up, when we go to school, even me, during my secondary school, we were taught how to make batik and tie and dye and adire and stuff like that. And I believe a lot of schools did that for their kids. But over time, the children, to a very large extent, just forget about. It's like there's a deviation from what has been taught in secondary school and of course what they are doing now. So I just what I hear you say basically is that if people continue to use it, if people continue to promote it to a very large extent, even the generations coming after us would continue, of course, to keep up the legacy. Yeah, they think about it. But I want to quickly ask something. So you're one person that is in the frontier of this particular industry as it concerns making native attire. What really are the challenges? We talked about a few of them during the course of our conversation. What really are the challenges that is facing this particular industry? What challenges can you see? Can you quickly build a spot like that?
Like I said, the first challenges that is really affecting the economy, I mean
the industry,
the so-called industry, the batik industry, the textile industry, is the insecurity first.
Insecurity.
It's a big deal. Because I remember very well what I used to make. Like now I have an exhibition I was supposed to attend like this weekend in Lagos. This is a popular program that people used to go. And I've been attending the program for the past 6 or 5 years ago. Now I couldn't go because I was scared of the pandemic. I was scared of insecurity. And I believe that some of these rich people, they won't want to go out. That is my belief. Because some people, I know some customers that are rich, they don't want to risk their life. They prefer staying at home rather than moving around before they get caught. So that's the reason why I don't go. And some customers are calling me that, are you at the program? I said, I did not call this. Me, I'm not coming too. Do you understand? Because for the fact that they are coming to buy the textile, the batik, and I'm not available, so they won't be able, the patronage will be reduced. So those are the things that is really affecting us. I know the way we are looking at this thing, if care is not taken, the solution is not, it's not done on time. To be honest with you, we lose so many values.
Insecurity is one big deal.
It's a lot of things that's really affected. It's really affecting it.
I was waiting for you to talk about how the value chain of batik production can actually be mechanized. From the normal manual way we do it to improve, production. What do you think about that?
To be honest with you, when it comes to hats here in Osogbo, this part of our people do batik around.
Yes.
They do batik in Abeokuta.
True.
They do batik here in Osogbo and some other places, even in Lagos, somewhere like Akérèlé and what have you.
Yes.
But we are in Osogbo, we are more passionate about ethnic designs.
Okay.
So we have some design that we have names for our designs. But when it comes to some other places, they are doing it for the fun of it. Maybe they read that in school, do you understand? But we are doing it based on
cultural
things. So that's why you see some of our designs, they stand out anywhere you go. You will see this Osogbo, this Osogbo. Even those who that move from Osogbo to Lagos, they will still call it Osogbo.
And of course, they won't really want mechanization to be put into the process.
No, it can be done. It's only when it comes to like you want to do it. Mass production is not it's allowed, but you have to see the consent of people that wanted to buy them. Because when it comes to me, I will not allow mass production. But I would prefer when you do work the same. If it's mass production, it's easy for people to repeat.
Yes.
Repetition will comes in.
True.
Because if I do stamps, people can also get the stamp as well. But for me, if I use my freehand designs, before you can be able to, I will sell it the same price I want to sell 10 of the mass produce.
True.
So to some extent, the way I am, I would rather want to do the ethnic. I mean, mass production is allowed when you want to do for like a large quantity, and you have to show them the samples. So when they accept the samples, you can do it. But when you come to individual, interaction that you want, it's always good for you to do the ethnic freehand designs.
I understand perfectly. So where is accepting partnership and of course opening room for investors in all of this? So my point is, to what extent would you allow investors come into your business? Are you open for investors? Are you open to allow your business to go outside the frontier of Nigeria? Because I think it's about time we also began to export our own products. So to what extent are you open for investors to come in and of course to improve your business?
Already investors have been, some of those people that we produce for some people with large products.
Afropride.
Yes.
Produced in large products. And export?
Yes. No, I don't export directly. I have people that I give to that they export. They have base in abroad. Usually buy large quantity. Even in Nigeria, do you understand, we produce large quantity for them. But people that want to invest, like the investor that want to invest in this textile, it's very interesting. You see, there are some things that we can do. Like now, you are looking at mass produce. You have to make more money when it comes to mass produce. You produce it from large quantity. But you guys have to sit down and you can be able to see how you can go about it. Because when it comes to mass produce, at the end of the day, you will be producing substandard products.
I agree.
Because this is art. So like I said, you can see the way I'm trying to manage, trying to explain this. I don't know if you got me right.
I follow.
See, when it comes to art, this is art. Art has to do with something that, it's not what mass produce has to do with the Western way of life. Do you understand? They want to produce in mass produce. Fine, you can do reasonable, that has to be like stamp things. But the people that want to invest in this business have a long way to go, like importing the materials, because some of these materials are very, very expensive now. So if you want to invest in this business, it has to be like you have to go like buying some of these materials in large quantity, because there's some material that we got last year, we cannot get it anymore now. So government has to be involved. To be honest with you, if government involved and they subsidize some of these materials to us, like some of these materials we used to buy like 1,000 before, it's not 2,000. If government's involved, we can still be buying at the same price.
So what I understand you say basically is that government can come in to help subsidize the rate of materials being acquired, and of course private individuals can come in to help subsidize some of the production process, even in the value chain of us putting Batik in Nigeria. Thank you so very much for your time, sir. So as a way of wrapping up, right, I would want us to understand that one thing about this program, Product Nigeria, is that we're creating a platform for a movement called Support Product Nigeria, patronize product made in Nigeria. So by the fact that you're already on this program, it means that you're one of the pioneers and of course one of the people pushing and supporting the movement of patronize made in Nigeria. So we would like that as a culture in this program, that you become so expressive and of course you boldly declare before a camera that you support the movement patronize made in Nigeria. So you call your name, you call your brand name, and of course you say straight up, I support the movement.
I, Jide, CEO of Afropride, I support the movement patronize made in Nigeria.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much for your time, sir.
No problem.
It's a great pleasure to have you right here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our wrap on the program today. I'm sure we delivered on our words when we told you we have a lot of package for you on this particular episode of the program. I would implore you to join us on yet another episode of this particular program, Product Nigeria. My name remains OAP Zikesiko, and of course, I'll see you next time in the next program. God bless you.